Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach and welcome to my team reveal. It's often a pretty highly anticipated video and a lot goes into it. It's been a big pre-season, as we all know. We've made plenty of changes, assessed plenty of players, but it comes down to this. We've only got a few hours now until round one kicks off. Obviously we can make a few changes and some of my rookies won't be finalised because we need to see the teams for the full weekend, but more or less, this is my team, and this is how I will enter season 2019. And we're going to slow reveal it. We're going to do a real sort of suspense stuff, or you could just get right to the end of the video if you want to be a party pooper. But for those who are interested in watching the full video, I will be going through it player by player and just providing little snippets. So off the top, Rory Laird is my man in the back line. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory there. So I think absolute star of the game. He's just been so consistent for so long. And then my second man, and a guy that I believe will be the #1 defender in SuperCoach this season, Lachie Whitfield. I really enjoy what he brings to the table, and I'm a massive fan. And he hasn't left my side. And another man who has not left my side all pre-season, and you know where I'm going here as we scroll and scroll and scroll, Zach Williams. Got to be a lock. He's been outstanding when he's been fit, and I know he missed last year and he hasn't played all the JLT, but anytime he's stepped out, he's just looked great and he's scored great. So I think, barring any sort of mishaps pre-round one, I think he's a lock for all teams. Now, I'm going to start scrolling here, which many of you will be going, gee, what the hell's happening here, Shorty? Because last time we spoke, you had Alex Witherden in your side. Now, he has been dropped. Bugger it, I can't be bothered scrolling. Collins is the man. And then we just rounded out with some pretty basic sort of, pretty popular options. Now, I'll work through as to why I have made that change. And I don't really... I think I could only afford 117k, so I'm hoping someone just pops up, and I'm sure there'll be someone floating around, but for the minute, it's just Cocker for the sake of it. I felt that there were just better options in the back line. The fact that I feel like we're light on in the forward line rookies meant I needed to juggle it, and a man that I have brought into my forward line is the reason why that Witherden had to go, and I still have high hopes for him. But it was simply a matter of, okay, he's never had those numbers before. You're asking another mini breakout. And look, something had to give when I felt like I had to beef up my forward line, because we've just got so many defender options that I think can score as well as rookies. And I felt that I didn't want to cop 40s and 50s in the forward line when there were so many guys that were going to probably be on my defender's bench. That could probably score. So midfield, we'll move straight into that. And as you know, Cripps, Oliver, they haven't left my side. They've been outstanding. Well, to be fair, it took me a little bit to get Cripps in, but Oliver has been a mainstay. Now, Lachie Neale is a man who has come into my team very late. That was a bit of a reshuffle that I did late, early this week, I should say. And that's how it ended up going. Now I just scrolled past a man who I think will dominate tonight. Absolutely. Now, many of you will be going, well, Shorty, last time you had Rockcliffe in this team, is he still in there? Well, Matt Crouch is there. Be pretty bold if I went Rockcliffe. And am I a bold man? No, I'm not. I can't go with him. I just did not have the faith that one needed to take such a punt. I still think he'll have a very good season. Don't get me wrong, but the way I looked at my team and where I felt I needed to add, Rockcliffe had to make way. In fact, the process was that Witherden made way. Let me just round out this with a couple of, good typer. And I think the rookies are pretty stock standard for most. I will think about fielding Atkins, to be honest. I think he's a really good chance to score really well, laying plenty of tackles. Now, I'll walk you through everything once I do the full reveal. Grundy, of course. Goldstein, that hasn't changed. And let's just put in some Muppet just because he's not going to play. Unless we get some surprises in about an hour. Ned, get in the side, mate. You're in. Obviously, I'll probably look for someone with a few more Sunday games and maybe dual position. But I think I had this bloke just because of his dual position. Forward line, as I said, Dangerfield. He's an out-and-out lock. I believe Heaney is also a lock. Isaac, come on down. And not much else has changed with this top three. Tim Kelly, I feel really confident about his midfield ability. I think Dangerfield and Heaney speak for themselves, but Kelly's going to get great midfield time. Yes, he's young. Yes, he wants to go home, but I felt he was the most reliable option. Now, throughout the whole preseason, my fear had been that we couldn't bat deep enough in either aspect of the forward line. Seemed to be light on rookies, seemed to be light on premiums. And in contrast, we had a lot of defender rookie options. Hence, I made the switch. And I felt I needed someone stronger at F4. I honestly thought about Billings. I really did. But just the way the money went and things like that, it's panned out in this manner. If I can just get this going. I think we all know where I'm going with this because I've spoken about this man and I've pumped him up, player profile style. Where is he? There he is. Trying to talk, trying to scroll, and trying to look all at once. It's a very complicated business. But Darcy Moore is in my team. He's been in my team at certain points, but he will make a start. I really think he's got strong upside with his intercepting ability, and the fact that he will be taking a few kick-ins was an extra bonus because those extra 9 or 12 points or whatever it is for a few kicks that go effective long, I think could be really beneficial. Maybe taking from a high 60s to an 80, that's all it can take. But look, that's where I landed there, and we rounded out with the likes of Parker, obviously, and Petrocelli I've still got in there. Who else did I have? I can't even remember who else I had. I'll have to go down a bit. Oh, Willem Drew I had, of course. Drew was in there. I think probably Bolter's put himself on the map, hasn't he? I did write it down. I knew I'd forget at some point, but it might have just been a placeholder, to be fair. Oh, the Setterfield, of course. I'm sure you're all yelling at me at home going, he's one of the most popular players in the whole bloody game. What are you doing? So there we go. 3,000 left. Let's save this and go bang. Now, overall, pretty pleased. I love the midfield. I like batting a bit deeper in the middle. I'm really confident. I think I'll go Cripps as the vice captain this week and just see how we go. Maybe go Danger. I'm not too sure. Maybe Oliver. I really enjoy that the forward line has a bit more coverage because I felt it had to. And yes, it hurt getting rid of Witherden, it really did. But something had to give. I just didn't have the courage to go with both Libba and Rockcliffe, and I thought about Brad Crouch, I really did. Had to go safe in the rucks. Heaney, Dangerfield, always a lock, Kelly. But I had to bat a bit deeper in the forward line, and Darcy Moore just gives me a bit more solidarity in that position, and hopefully Setterfield and maybe Drew. I'd probably start Drew, to be honest. I've got high hopes for him. And yeah, pretty sure I'd start something like that. Obviously, we'll find someone else there. Someone will pop up. And ideally, if I could maneuver some extra bit of coin somehow, potentially Scrimshaw or there was another fella floating around that I didn't mind the look of, I think, in the back line, a little bit higher up. But look, that's my team for 2019. So fingers crossed, see how we go. I do enjoy that Lockie Neal. That was another thing I was tempted about, do I bring Rockcliffe back in? But then I was like, hey, I've got 610k in the bank. Let's just go with what we know. Lockie Neal, I think, could really thrive. So that's my team. Let me know what you think. I'm really happy with it. To be fair, early in the week I wasn't quite sure, but I'm pleased with it. So comment away. Thanks for all your support throughout the preseason. It's been massive. There still will be the odd video in the lead up, maybe a ruck thing or maybe a draft video, but it's been great. I've loved all the support. There's been heaps of subscribers jumping on board. Hopefully we can click into 2,000 at some point. And look, for all the people who do watch to the end of the video, here's a little gift for you. There's my league code. It's a 5th Shorty SuperCoach league. I scheduled some. I ended up having one left over. So I thought, look, a lot of people will just click off when I start to wrap things up and they've seen what they want to see. But I know there are a lot of you out there who like to listen to the whole video and hear what I have to say. So I do appreciate that, and hopefully you can join. So all the best for the season, and I'll be in touch. Cheers.